Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Raghavendra Mishra and I welcome you all. In this video, we will learn how to build an end-to-end n8n workflow for the REST API testing. From creating and deploying a REST API server to setting up n8n workflow on the localhost, designing an n8n workflows, triggering them and testing APIs live using n8n. This step-by-step tutorial is perfect for the tester and automation enthusiast looking to level up their n8n understanding and API testing skills. Before we get started, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for more content on testing, automation, API testing, performance testing, AI, ML and data science. Let's jump in. I have created a document and I am going to share this document link in the description of this video. So let us quickly create the API server, okay, that we are going to use in our n8n workflow. Okay, so it is in minute we will be creating this. So let us open VS Code and Visual Studio Code and open a folder, and let us give some name to this REST API server and use this, select this folder, just follow the doc, and just before that just check if the node has been installed or not. So open up this cmd command prompt and just give node -v and make sure that node version 20 or above is installed in your system, and then just initialize. Once you have selected the folder, just initialize the project inside this. Open up a terminal, open terminal, new terminal, and then so that will create a required JSON file. Okay, package.json has been created, and now we are going to install Express. Okay, we are creating a local API server, right? So with the help of Express, so we are installing it. Okay, now node module has been, you can see all those dependencies and the package log.json, everything has been added. Now we will be actually creating the server.js file and execute this file. So let us minimize this, and now we are supposed to create that server. Let us you can delete or leave it as is. Just create here node module, just create server.js here and just paste the content. Okay, so this particular file will help you test your get, post, put and delete request, and I am then saving and running this file server.js. So you can see my server has been started or running on port 3000. All right, so now since it is started, I can see the response. Right now, to validate the get request, and there are some resources has been added, right? So this is the endpoint, and you can see it is returning ID 1 and 2, ID with Alice and Bob. ID 2 is assigned to Bob. Okay, so this is all there in the code itself, and you can see I'm adding, right? So let's use it equal to, this is the for, okay, so this is for the get request, right? So if I'm accessing the users with /users, this is the endpoint, right? So it is returning 200 as a response. Okay, and the users. So similarly, there is for post, so we have to provide the ID and all, right? So you can then validate this. All right, now let us go and create the n8n setup locally. We can let us see how to set up n8n locally. So just before that, let us understand what is n8n. And n8n workflow is the visual automation made of connected nodes that execute tasks when triggered. Okay, so it lets you integrate apps, move data and automate process without heavy coding, right? So it is going to help QA in a lot many ways. You can create the QA chatbot. You can create, you can kick off your automation, regression or automation, or smoke automation suite with the help of n8n workflows, right? You can also automate the test generation, test case generation, or retesting some module, right? So based on this n8n workflow, right now with the help of this n8n workflow, since we have already created API REST API server, we are going to automate. So we will kick off this automation as in when some automation, something gets triggered, right? So when I hit some endpoint, I will let this automation started, and whatever nodes I have created or whatever logic I have put in place will get executed accordingly, right? So this is the whole agenda of this particular exercise. We will also cover how to add AI agents in n8n workflow in coming episodes. Okay, so basic understanding of this n8n is very much required, because you will never know like how and how exactly you have to set it up locally, and what exactly how to connect each and every node all together, right? So we are doing that from the scratch. Now since we have already seen the node 20 has been already installed, you can then go ahead and install this npm I n8n -g. With the g -g, it is actually installing or will be available. n8n will be available for all the users in the system. So I have already installed this, so you can go ahead and install with this command. Okay, since I have already installed, it is actually will be installing, and it may lead into some conflict. Okay, once it is started, once it is installed, what you can do, let me just cancel this. Once it is installed, then it will be actually, so you can then just do this n8n start, give this command, and if it is already installed, then it will be starting your n8n instance, right? So this is how it will be installing, it will be starting. Okay, so initializing, it is already in use, right? So the port 56878 is already installed. So what it does, like in case if it is, so right after this command, it will be installed, and when you do this n8n start, then it will be actually running on port 5678. In my case, it is already running on the browser. So it is telling like, do you have another instance of n8n running already? Yes, I have. Okay, it will also give you some press O to start directly on the browser. If not, you can just access localhost with this. Okay, so this is my n8n workflow. This is my n8n workflow, which we are going to build it from the scratch. Okay, what we have to do also, like once it is started, you can also register your n8n, right? So it is going to send one license key in your Gmail, and you can just copy and then activate your n8n account after filling up some details about your yourself. Okay, whether you are individual or company, and then right after this, everything account is all open. You will see the workflow like this. You will see something similar to this. This is the dashboard, and from here let us create a workflow. All right, so we'll be creating a workflow, my n8n, my first n8n workflow. All right, I've given a name. Okay, and now what I will do, I will add first step. So that first step will be my webhook. Okay, now with this webhook, what I'm going to do, let us follow the documents which I have prepared for you. I'll be sharing this document in the description of this video. Please refer that. So this is my n8n workflow, and then what I'll do, I'll create a hook, and I will give the method, HTTP method, as for this webhook node, I will be creating I will be giving this path user health. Okay, so let us give user health, and HTTP, let it be get method only. So when get method user health is actually executed, then at that time this particular workflow should get triggered. That is the whole idea, and it should respond using respond to webhook node. Okay, so this is what we are doing this. We are adding this step. We'll click outside this and it has been created. Now click on plus and go to HTTP request. Select HTTP request, and now HTTP request, what you are going to do, you are going to verify your get method. Okay, not the post. You can automate and your APIs, and also you can automate them through the n8n, like you can get them triggered, right, your automation flow with the help of n8n workflow. Now here let the method be get, and I will use this, okay, endpoint, and yeah, rest everything is fine. Okay, no need to change anything. You can take a help of this also. Okay, let's be in sync with this. So HTTP request node, we have given method as get and URL endpoint as localhost 3000, where we are actually running our user. We are not relying on any server or APIs and all. Rather we have created our own server, REST API server, and we are hitting this endpoint, and we are expecting 200, right, 200 response. Based on that, we will decide, we will put one if condition if everything goes fine. So okay, so I'll click here, if everything is going fine. So before that, let us put if route items to different branches, true or false. Okay, now we will be adding some value. So what we are expecting is, like in if condition where the true and false, so the items length, okay, whatever API we have given right here, if the item, there are two items currently, right, if item length is currently greater than 0, right, so since it is method, then after the previous step is executed, then it will be getting evaluated, right. So I'll put that in the number sense, and will make sure that it is selected as equal to, if you are sure, but best way is to put is greater than. Let us pick this as greater than number. I have selected greater than 0. Okay, I can also put certain more condition with the and or, right. So yeah, so let us give one more condition, is JSON name. Okay, is JSON name, so execute previous nodes for preview. Okay, then I can give name as string, right, so not empty, is not empty. If it is returning something, right, then I will consider this as a successful. Okay, or so then if it is true, so consider everything is met and it is evaluating to true, then I will have to add the webhook, a webhook, respond to webhook basically. Okay, and here what I will do, I will select this as a JSON, and this is for the S, and there will be for no also. Okay, so there will be two hook. So respond with JSON should be like this, API is healthy, otherwise API is not healthy. So response JSON, and I will give this body respond with JSON, and this is healthy. I will be considering this as healthy if everything is there as per the condition written here in the F block. Okay, so this is that condition, and this will get evaluated once the previous node is executed. Okay, now let us zoom to fit, and I can then give false also. Okay, you can drag it wherever you want. Okay, this is flexible, so for sure, right, so from where this is coming. Now false. Now for the false, again you have to add one webhook, respond to webhook, and you will be again selecting the JSON, and you can give, if the condition is not met, then you can give my API is not healthy, success is false. Then if the success is false, API health check is failed. That is what we can give in the response body. Okay, so all good. Now our workflow has been ready. It is ready. And let me give like this, adjust it accordingly, zoom to fit. Okay, so you can save this now. So your workflow, n8n workflow is ready, right, to automate your now as we have already discussed, and I have told you that once you start executing the workflow, this webhook will listen to, this will be responding using respond to webhook node, okay, and against health get and this users health method. Okay, so this is that URL. Okay, I have copied. Now if I click here, if you directly go and do this, okay, it will not be returning anything, right? It will return 404. Now it doesn't know like whether it has been executed. So here it is also giving some hint, right? Click the execute workflow button on the canvas and then try again. So let us click here, the execute workflow. Now waiting for you to call the test URL. Okay, now the test URL we have given is this user health. Now everything is fine. It returns API is healthy, success is true, message is API is healthy. So see, it has executed right from here to taken this 3,000 users, and it goes here, it evaluated to true, not false, then it gives you the output. Okay, 2 items it has given, and it actually returns the message, and that message is API is healthy. So this is how it actually does its job. Now suppose if I change the condition here, okay, and make it something like if its value is more than 10, so we don't have more than 2, right? So if it is greater than 10, then either one of the condition will be false, right, evaluated to false. If one condition is failed, then with the AND it will be false, so it should consider as a false. If I save it and if I again execute the workflow, it has already executed. Now it will again wait for the call, the test URL. So this is my test URL, so it should return API health check failed, something like that, whatever message we have given, right? So now API health check failed, and it will go to fail this time. See, understood, right? Isn't it very simple and very interesting? It is, right? So in the next episode, right, in the next lecture, I will be covering AI agents. Okay, I'll be including AI agents in the n8n workflow, and will automate real scenarios. Okay, other than the API automation. Okay, next to this, I hope you have liked this explanation, right? Thanks for watching, and I hope again this video helped you understand how to build and test REST API using n8n workflows. And if you found this useful, please like the video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with others. See you in the next one. Till then, happy testing. Thank you.